In Uganda, we are used to the term, I have a business, I have a business, I have a business. But, you know, that in itself has reduced what we think to, you know, I just need to copy this from somewhere. If somebody is succeeding, I just need to take what he's succeeding in and replicate it to me. Not knowing that before, you know, an idea turns into a long-term business, you have to be very, very entrepreneurial. In making sure that even if I'm copying Eki's style of talking on radio, I have to now add some salt on it.
You can't copy his
and make what I'm presenting completely new, so that somebody says, that thing looks familiar, but it's different. And if you do that for a very long time, then you have a business. If you do that for a very long time, then you have a business. It's not a business until you've done it for a long time and it is sustained and it is continuing to create value. If you go to URSB, they say, you can register a business. Basically, anybody with a shop can register a business. Anybody with a shop can register a business. However, that has, I think that has limited Ugandans in a way. We feel like it's enough if they say, you raise up your hands, all business owners, and I raise up my hand, I feel important. I feel like I have a business of my mobile money shop. I can be recognized in the village LC1 meeting as a businessman. But it's limiting, it's destructive. And what we are saying is we need more entrepreneurs to break down that idea of businessmen. And then when entrepreneurship is done consistently, sustainably for producing more value for people, then we can have stronger businesses that you can say there is a mukwano, that is a business.
So you, from what I'm hearing you say, if I walked this street of Kampala Road, I see, and I think over time I have also been wise enough to notice that one Indian opens a shop here, and then about 3 other shops on the same street, on the same, in the same building, and they've continued to do that for the past, couple of years.
Yes.
That means that entrepreneurs and the businesses are sustainable.
Yes, and it's an amazing thing that you ask, because Indians are known to be naturally business people, and what they do is very long term. An Indian will start their own business. They're selling this particular type of thing, but they will know, I don't have capital to sell the next thing. So they will say, all right, Eki, you're my friend and you have this capital. You start a shop in the next place nearby, so that when people come to me, they don't have this, I send them to you. It's a very strategic approach. They know that one person cannot have all the capital they need. They also cannot have all the value they can offer customers. So they spread out to make sure that you cannot leave the street without buying something from one person.
Wow. Interesting. Che had a question on business registration and
as in Kampala we call ourselves yeists. Yes. And I did get unemployed for a very long time, about 3.5 years. But it became a problem for me to jump back into the communications and marketing. Advertising is a very tight space. If you even blink for 1 week, the landscape has changed. You don't come with your CV saying you last worked in 2016. No, they're looking for major campaigns from 2019 onwards, 2020. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start my own thing. And of course, I became communications consultant. But yes, and it took me a while to break out of the mindset of, am I freelance or do I want to start a business? To actually legitimize and sign up, get a name and work under that name. And I just is it possible for you to just advise people, because I didn't see the reason as to why I needed to register my business. Okay, I said I'm going to get, person sends money to my mobile money phone, I live, I survive, sun goes down, sun comes up, I get another client like that. Could you just advise somebody out there, what exactly are the perks of registering your business or starting up a legitimate business entity?
I'll take. Thank you, Chair. That's a good question. I'll take a step back and say that legitimacy comes in many forms. One, at the most basic level, is obviously if a customer buys from you, that's legitimacy. It means that you have something that is of value to other people, that other people can interact with, can purchase. They're depending. They need that. It's a legitimate thing that they have need for your product or service. The next level of legitimacy that you're talking about is registering the business officially with government. Now, this is difficult because most entrepreneurs they are running on fumes when it comes to cash. And there are other issues when it comes to registering a business that may also require taxes and registration fees and all those things. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I'm saying before you do it, consider the economic implications, consider the tax implications, consider the amount of customers you have. And this is important because when you go ahead to register a business before you validate that there is a sustainable market for your product or service, it's going to be another statistic with the government that you registered a business and you closed it because there were no customers. Now, I would say that you register a business when you can measure the available market. It's something that is called the total available market, or TAM. What is the total available market in my industry? But you also zero down to say that, okay, for example, in the advertising space, there are lots of people with big budgets that are able to do things faster. So which part of the industry are you able to get? So you actually narrow it down to what I can get. How many businesses can I advertise for, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in a year? And then you can say, with that measurement, that is something tangible that you can register a business on and say, I won't close it in a year or two, because you have you have lots of customers to sustain the registration, to pay taxes and all those things.
I like that.
Well, just adding to something that Joshua raised first about validating our businesses. And I mentioned the importance of validating our businesses. Many times when people come up with new ideas, entrepreneurs are very optimistic people. So we normally calculate how you're going to make lots of money just in the first week. That's why it's actually not advisable for you to get a bank loan as an entrepreneur as your initial capital. So normally we don't do research, so we know there's a need, but we've not confirmed if there's a demand. So you say, I think everybody needs a watch because I have seen we don't have. So you go and say, I want to, let me go and get these Timex watches and bring them, and Rolex, and you take your loan and say, I want to sell 5. In fact, I've just looked around the studio and I've seen 4 people here don't have watches. So I see the need is there, and so you say, I'm going to make these sales. You come and put them after 1 week, 3 weeks, 4 months, you still have your stock and you're wondering what happened. But you didn't do the research to find out if, they don't have a watch, it's a need, but is it a demand? Is it something that Che wants? Because she's probably thinking, I can tell the time of my phone, so I probably don't need this watch. And you tell her all these things that the watch can do, and she's thinking, it doesn't interest me. So there's need to do research to confirm that there's demand for your business. So it's important to validate your business before you go further. But also talking about legitimizing businesses, like we're saying, one of the ways you legitimize a business is by being part of a community. And very successful cultures actually do this. If you look at the Jews, the Indians, I'll give you a practical example. So on Kampala Road, if you see an Indian selling a phone and you go and buy a phone, they'll later tell you, oh, this phone. So when you're buying the phone, they'll tell you this phone is good. Even if it falls down, it will not crack. Even if you dip it in water, it won't. So you're very convinced, and then you buy it. Then after you buy it, they say, but I know as much as it falls down, it won't crack. It will be safer if it has a phone cover. Then they'll say, but we don't sell it. But wait, 3 shops down the road, you're going to get it at 6th shop. And they'll even get...
it's cheaper.
Yes, they'll even get one of the boys that clean, say, Eki, come and take him to Six Shop, and so you buy. So what that does is, in a sense, they are validating each other as a community, because after you have bought the phone cover there, when you get home and you find that you have a friend who wants a phone cover, you're instinctively going to go to Six Shop. So what they've done is they are validating each other in a community, and so it's very, very important. And actually, as AVODA, that's something that we are also doing. We're trying to build a community of entrepreneurs, so that we can support one another and we can help legitimize each other's businesses.
Awesome.
If you ask many entrepreneurs, where they get their inspiration from, a lot of the people we have in Uganda probably look to Silicon Valley, and the people who inspire them are Elon Musk and all those other people. And then there's a bunch of people who get inspired by people in Chikubo. And I think it was Asher Raymond in his masterclass who said, before you get inspired by someone, look to the people who inspire the people who inspire you. So when you look at somebody from Chikubo and they're successful, maybe you should ask yourself who inspired them or what inspired them. And the people who are successful in Chikubo had to succeed. There was no way they were going to fail. They were from a poor background. They were struck by poverty, and there was no other option. They had to make entrepreneurship. They had to make their businesses stand. And some of them are not really very educated. I'm not saying you should drop out of school in order to succeed in entrepreneurship. But I'm saying that what inspires you as a person determines whether you're going to succeed or not as an entrepreneur. Also, why we are declining is because we are having wrong models of inspiration. Actually, we are looking to Silicon Valley rather than looking to as a person. Why do I need to succeed as an entrepreneur? Why do I need to succeed? Some of us need to succeed because, the people at home are looking at me and saying, they are calling me and say, your uncle's uncle is sick. Please send some money, and you have to succeed. But the other thing is that I think we need to shift away from I just want to succeed for success's cause. I need to succeed. A question that I usually ask is, how much is what I am doing contributing to Uganda's GDP? I know we are always saying, government atuyambie and stuff like that, government is not doing enough. But what if entrepreneurs ask themselves difficult questions? What you're doing, what is it contributing? Leave alone to me, because I can buy a Rolex or go to Java's and stuff like that, or even Watoto Cafe down here. But what is it contributing to the people around me? What is it contributing to the nation? Will it lift Uganda out of poverty? I think entrepreneurs should have bigger goals than just succeeding. And because most of the businesses, why we went from number 1 up to number 14 is because one of the reasons is people wanted to succeed for themselves. And when you want to succeed for yourself, there's only so much you can do. One of the reasons people fail is because of success. They fail because of success. Finally, when you bought the iPhone, you were doing entrepreneurship to buy the iPhone. When you bought the iPhone, now what? You begin to find out that, there's no more space. You're like, let me drop this. And then there's no motivation to move you beyond the current success. Those are a few reasons we can talk about, but maybe we should get that food to talk about more.
Definitely need that food. But what do we do to regain this momentum then?
One, entrepreneurs should be, find the right source of motivation. Find the right source of motivation. At AVODA, we usually ask entrepreneurs, what does a good Christian business do? And yes, maybe they say we pray before we start work. I mean, that's good. That's good. Maybe they say we give tithe. That's still good. But
invite the pastor for our devotion.
Yes.
and we also give a percentage to the needy.
Yes. But we go ahead to say, all right, there's what a good business does, There's what a good Christian business does, and then there is what a kingdom business does.
Okay.
A kingdom business wants to be an instrument of change. And a very big word we use is your business sanctifying the environment? Is your business sanctifying the business world? For example, is my business an instrument of dealing with a sin issue, say corruption? Or is my business, redeeming some part of the world? And this is a mindset that Christian businesses need to take, that I'm starting a clean energy business because it is actually an instrument of redeeming the world, making the world better for others.
So in line with that, I have a business. It's saying talk about redeeming. Can I be a supplier in an alcohol-based company? Trying to do redeeming through my influence. Maybe I'm either one that is I think for contraceptives that's married people use contraceptives. It's okay, and they are Christians. But I'm thinking, this is a beer company, and I'm a powerful Christian business. I want to do supplies, and what do you speak into that? Do you also speak into?
We once visited a Christian pharmacy. I won't name, and he gave the. Maybe I'm already making it so easy, but the owner, the owner gave us this example. There was a particular medicine that they knew. It was very, very costly, so it was bringing a lot of revenue. But they knew that this particular medicine was being bought by men who want to spice women's drinks and food so that they can rape them or have sex with them without consent. And they stopped supplying, even though it was very profitable. They stopped supplying that because of the they knew that it wasn't redeeming. It was perpetuating sin. And I would say this is each individual's responsibility to say, if I'm supplying alcohol, what are the consequences of me supplying alcohol? Is it?
I am scaling the sales.
Yes. What AVODA does, we teach you how to start your business, and if you've already started your business, how to refine what you've started. Number two, how to communicate the value and make sure that the value that you're communicating satisfy a need, but not just a need, a demand that there are people who are willing to pay. And from those people who are willing to give you cash, you make sure that the value that you've created, they gain and you gain. Not just you as a business owner, but also your business as a separate entity from you, because the business needs to go on and continue gaining even if you're not present. Those are the three steps: create your business or scale your business, communicate your demand to people who are willing to pay, get their cash or their value exchange, retain some value for your business, make sure that they also get the value for themselves that you need.
So we teach this in the first 6 months as theory, but after that we move to a practice. So that's the unique bit with our program.
AVODAgroup.org, that's our website. You can find our bootcamp that is coming up in November. You can apply for it to be able to market your business better. You can also apply for our program under the programs tab. You can apply for the 1-year program under the programs tab. The applications are ongoing. I encourage you to apply soon to be able to get the Alibaba Scholarship. There is an Alibaba Scholarship. There is also, for those who are from Watoto, there is also a partnership with Watoto to offer a 13% scholarship on the overall cost of the program. Yes.